State Long Beach.
Yay!
Go Beach. And I coordinated a course called Solo Performance Transcribing the Soul. So we had a big task in this course. We were tasked with discovering the story that we needed to tell, being bold enough to share our voices to really tell it, and, you know, writing from our souls. That's it for 2 weeks. That's not bad for a summer vacation. And so I had 6 amazing guest artists join us. And they worked with these students on writing skills, performance skills, self-discovery skills, and a willingness to really see while you're on stage and really be seen while you're on stage. And I get a little bit teachery when I talk about this stuff, so I'm going to read a little bit of a journal from one of the students to kind of focus in on what this experience was. Don't worry, the person knows whose journal it is, so don't be afraid, y'all. Okay, I did not know what to expect arriving at Summer Arts. I figured it would be some acting class with talking heads about their experiences in the business. It was the far opposite. It has been inspiring, engaging, reflective. There was demolition and remodeling of pieces, cramped hands from writing, but always a sense of security. Solo performance gave me not just the tools to dig deeper in myself as an artist, but a way to connect to others and people like I never have before. Each artist instructor approached acting and performance work from a perspective I'd never used: neurology, the chakras, or therapeutically. I don't want to give up. I won't. I want to build my creative genius in my writing, my character work, my acting ability. I want to make a solo piece one day. I know I have the foundation from this program. I know it's not easy, and I know the learning doesn't stop here. I will return to Summer Arts. The immersion is amazing, and the experience is a golden opportunity for change. I believe that too. Summed up, Summer Arts is an artist retreat for personal growth. I think both for students and for the instructors, that is also true. I am so happy I made the decision to be here. Lack of sleep and the crappy mattress was all worth it. When I look at what I'm taking with me, a promise to myself to never stop being myself, to never stop pursuing my goals, to never stop trying, to never stop being afraid. That's like my favorite line. Because that's all part of the process. So, what you're going to see today are works in progress / process. They might be pieces of a larger story for these humans. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a secret. Don't tell them. But I lied to them on the first day of our class when I told them that I didn't care about this culmination. That was a lie. Because I didn't want them to think that this was the end of anything. I wanted them to really understand that this can be a work in progress that we're showing today, and can be a beginning for them. And I care deeply about this part of the process, because I think this part of the process is the most important. This is the moment where they're courageous enough to do what they did in that rehearsal room over there yesterday, right here in front of you guys. So, enjoy this. Laugh, try to have to recognize. But I will ask you one thing. Don't clap, please, between each performer, because one leads right into the next, and it actually helps the next performer if you hold off, and then you can shout from the rooftops when it's all over. Okay, cool? All right, you'll get to clap when I'm done. I got one last journal to read to you, okay? Okay. I feel like this is for you guys back there. I feel like the instructors have each told us secrets of our art that no one else knows. Maybe that's because I'm inexperienced and have never taken an intensive before, but I can't imagine they all leave you feeling like you could take on the world and win. I kind of think that that's true here, though. And at least now, I'm excited to try. So please enjoy this offer.
me a favor? Will you all stand? Seriously, I mean, will you all stand? Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. All right, this is what I want you to do now, okay? I want you to start plotting. You're plotting for yourselves because today you made a conscious decision to better your lives. Today you made the conscious decision to improve yourselves. And I want to give you something. A gift. 2 words. Inner child. We all have one. Do you want to see my inner child? Okay. Well, I gotta find him. Where is he? Hi. 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 You guys want to hear a story? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to tell you a story about the first time Jose, the person who was talking to you right now, first met me. Okay, so we were 3 years old, and it was late at night, and we were in our grandmother's house, and she was watching her favorite TV show, Amor en Silencio. It was late at night. She's really tired. She's really tired because she spends all day cleaning houses, and she has to take care of my uncle who has special needs, and she has this thing on her hands called arthritis, and she's just... And so I slowly creeped up to her. I creeped up to her hand, and I started rubbing her thumb, and then her index finger, and then her palm. My grandma says that's her favorite memory of me. She says she doesn't know why I went up to rub her hands, but she says that it comforted her. And now every time Jose gets worried, he just finds me inside, and I rub his hands. Okay, that's my story. Bye. Bye.
This little girl peeks up at me from underneath the bathroom stall. I've got a bit of undigested McDouble on my chin. We make eye contact. Why are you throwing up? I'm sick. This little stranger in the McDonald's bathroom has just seen me do the unspeakable. She has just seen the ugly, dripping, messy monster that is my... That is my... She has the guts to ask me why the fuck I'm killing myself. What is she, 5 years old? Fuck her. I'm embarrassed. I just wish I could explain things to her in a way that her tender mind could comprehend. I wish I could explain to her that it's not about the weight or how I look in the mirror. I don't give a shit about the massive intake of food, but the purge. Yes. There is something so cleansing about ridding my stomach of its contents, like I'm stripping my body of all of its emotional bullshit and fucked up thoughts, along with that third helping of pasta. Why are you throwing up? Because I like feeling empty. Oh, no, I don't understand. I was breastfed as an infant. I was loved and nurtured. I had healthy role models like my sister and my papa and Oprah fucking Winfrey. I avoided Cosmopolitan magazine. Did I manifest this gross habit? Is this a product of patriarchy? Oh, or something my sick inner middle child cooked up in order to gain some attention. I don't know. All I know is I didn't see it coming. Not from me. Why are you throwing up? I don't know! Or maybe I do know. I just don't want to discuss it with someone who just ordered a goddamn Happy Meal. All I can do is wash my hands, gargle and spit, and pray that this sweet, innocent, nosy little girl never feels the ridges along the back of her throat with her middle finger. That her tonsils are never waterboarded with bile by her own accord. That she never has to remove strips of skin from the inside of her cheeks or expel her own birthday cake from the pit of her stomach. And most of all, I pray that she never stops asking the difficult questions.
All my life, people have told me I'm a lot of things. Oh, wow, you're so talented. Oh, my God, Kenna Marcus, you are just so funny. Honey, you know, you really got it together. Together. Yeah, I'm glad everyone else sees that. I'm not a writer. I'm not a dancer. And I'm not very smart. Not a lot of things. At least that's what I've told myself. You see, I tell myself I can't do a lot of things. But then the question appears, what if I can? What if I can? Now that is the real question. What if I am a brilliant writer? What if I am a phenomenal dancer? And what if I am smarter than I ever thought I could be? Those are my fears. What if I've been these things all along? And what if everyone else around me was right? Because let me tell you something I know to be true. It's easy. It's so fucking easy to say, oh, no, I can't do this. Oh, no, I can't do that either. Come to think of it, I can't do anything. Poor me. Cry me a fucking river. That's easy. I know that's easy because I've been doing it my whole goddamn life. My whole life. What's really hard? What's really, really hard is looking that little girl inside of you and saying, you can do it. You are enough. And your voice is important.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started in this rocky port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailor man, the skipper brave and sure, and 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. Oh, hey! You made it! I'm just about to go do my show, but I'm glad you're here. thinking about our conversations recently, and I had the craziest dream. I'm 9 years old. I hear a school bell ring, and I run home from school like I do every day, drop my books, and head straight for the TV. And I sit there watching it day after day by myself. Suddenly, I'm sucked into my 9-year-old nervous system, and that's when I see them. The pictures flying by at light speed, repetitive, the same faces, happy, sad, angry, whole scenes with theme songs and even dialogue. It's not unusual to be loved by one. Martini, shaken, not stirred. Then, the whole scene comes crashing down into a pile of rubble. All I can see now is the great big white Hollywood sign and Sammy Davis Jr. in a tuxedo climbing over the rubble. When he sees me, he flashes that famous grin and he says, "Hey man, welcome to Hollywood." I woke up then, thinking, holy shit, that's how I constructed myself. Oh, look, I gotta go. See you after the show, yeah? We'll sit right back in here and take
I wish I may, I wish I might, wish upon a star tonight. Wouldn't it be great if wishes came true? I think so. Do you want to know what I wish for? I wish for that Christmas when I was 9. There was a white plastic Christmas tree. You had to plug it into the wall just to get it to light up. There were presents surrounding it. Tamales, sopes. Damn, I'm glad I'm Mexican. My cousins and I are running in and out of the house. Their smiles before cell phones. And then I hear it coming from the kitchen table. My tía Nelly. My tía Blanca. My tía Rosa. Hi, Mom. My grandma's asleep in her room. They're all laughing so hard. But they look so tired. But they're happy. Because we're together. When I turned 13, my tia Nelly died. Cancer. Two years after that, my grandma died. Cancer. A week after that, my tia Rosa died. Cancer.
My name is Ada Lavender. The first time I perform a burlesque solo is at a bar in San Francisco in 2011. Even even though I am terrified, the performance is thrilling. Outside, afterward, on the bar's expansive patio, a woman approaches me. 50, Midwestern Michelle Pfeiffer. She has never seen burlesque before this evening. When you shook that ass, you give normal girls like me hope. Normal girls like her, like she's a normal girl, and I'm some kind of burlesque dancing confidence queen, and I kind of am. But she doesn't know the whole story. She doesn't know Amanda. Toast 80 with butter light 50 and jelly 50 and an egg 80 and coffee 0 because I have it with stevia. Running for 20 minutes. Minus 200. The first time that I do this ritual, plus food, minus exercise, I'm 11 years old. I had already learned to be at war with my body. You give normal girls like me hope, so she thinks I'm not a normal girl. Amanda is a very normal girl. Ada. She is not a normal girl. And maybe Ada has a few things to teach Amanda.
Oh, hey, what's up, my love? How are you? Pretty good. How are you? I'm good. So what's going on? Oh, nothing. Just took an exam today. I don't think I did that well. Don't you think you did well? You always do well. You're so smart. No, I didn't do well. I stayed up all night studying for this test. I stayed up all week studying for this test. And the questions come on the test, and they're so hard. Fuck Berkeley. Don't say that, my love. Just relax. I'm sure you did a lot better than you think. There's going to be a curve. Just take some deep breaths with me. Just breathe with me. Noah, is the girl's name that you had a crush on Michelle Pastor? Maybe. Well, I don't know. I'm very smart. I'm a very resourceful person, you know, and the first couple of friends in your Facebook list are often the people you're most active with. So, I don't know. I just assumed. Well, I guess you're pretty good then, aren't you? You were thinking about it when we made love the other night, weren't you? What kind of an asshole are you? No, I wasn't, my love. I was only thinking about you. I love you. I love you too.
So I quit my job, but I still had to train my replacement. Off we fly to Cleveland. I train her in the afternoon, and then I'm free. Free to visit the Cleveland Museum of Art, They have a famous Islamic gallery. So off to calligraphy. I noticed that the museum guard, a middle-aged man with very dark skin and beautiful white teeth, is following me. Does he think I'm going to steal a painting? He's up next to me. He speaks. Excuse me. You have beautiful shoes. What kind are they? Nine West? May I see one? Okay. At the time, it seemed like a perfectly normal request. He cradled it like it was a baby otter. And totally forgot about me. Excuse me, may I see the other one? No, you may not. May I have my shoe back now? Excuse me, I need my shoe. I want my shoe now! He followed me as I went through the galleries. Please, could I see it just one more time? Until I lost him. I tell that story because it always gets a laugh. But what I never tell is how I looked into the man's eyes and I saw pain and confusion. He was mentally ill, trying to work, feed his family, but he was losing the battle fast. In a week, he'd be in a psych ward, no longer employed by the museum. Believe me, I know. My own family was full of people like him, but none had a particular attraction to shoes. I tell that story because it always gets a laugh. But then I feel bad, because I see that man's face in front of me, full of longing and desperation. He's drowning, and my shoe is not going to save him.
I pray you'll be alright and watch us where we go and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. I see myself only through the reflection of a mirror. I put on the coat of who I want to be, and over the years, forget who I am. Hey, Dad, so, I think I'm going to transfer schools next year. I'm not happy here, and I want to be closer to home, and, I've been in private Catholic school my whole life, so I think public school would be good for me. You're going to ruin your life, Sarah Grace. If you want to go to school with lawyers and doctors, you'll listen to me. But if you want to go to school with burger flippers and truck drivers, the only life you're ruining is your own. So go ahead. Be unsuccessful and stupid. Just don't say I didn't warn you. My father has always been more concerned with my status than with my happiness. Let me please you. Let me please you. I wake up to the sound of screaming coming from downstairs. Mommy and Daddy are fighting again, and Daddy is yelling really, really loud. This time is different. and I eat tortilla chips, drowning the screams with the crunch of my jaw against this chip-in fear. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I take a deep breath. I put my fear aside to comfort my mother, holding her as we hum the sound of our freedom. Let me please you. Let me please you. The moon shines in darkness because its surface reflects light from the sun. You know what? I did it. I made it through high school and I graduated with honors. I'm in college doing a thing that I love. A thing that you love, but weren't brave enough to do yourself. You may have a lot of money, and I may never have a lot of money. But I have something you'll probably never have. Bravery. I've never actually said that to my dad.
I fucking hate superheroes. I do. I really, really do. And that's the thing, is because everyone wants to grow up to become a superhero. And they have no idea what it is to actually date one. I did. A very long time ago. I fell in love with this beautiful superhero. And I had to learn how to shapeshift accordingly based on what kind of social situation we were in. Okay, man. What am I today? Am I just your friend right here? Or can I actually hold your hand? Or I'm invisible over here. And it's been 5 days or 5 nights since I've heard from you, and I'm waiting for a phone call, I'm waiting for a text message, I'm waiting for something, I'm waiting for anything, I'm waiting to feel like I'm not a secondary character in my own life. But then, yes. I can attest absolutely to the beautiful sensation of flying. Riding the wind with you in my prime. More beautiful than I ever was, or had been, or will be again. Believing I might actually have a life with you. Waking up every morning and smelling your stupid hair. And thinking to myself, yeah. I'm doing life very well. Believing in you. So no. I don't believe in any superheroes. And I don't like them one goddamn bit. Because I loved one once upon a time. And I never got my powers back. But I will. And all I can do in the meantime is just hope that one day someone might recognize in me where that beauty lived. Once upon a time. And open the car door for me. And see me. And really see me. And just hold my hand.
I try not to cry as much as I really want to because California is in a drought. And everyone is super adamant about conserving water. It's on ads and billboards and commercials everywhere. fine for excessive water usage. But imagine. You go to the gorgeous vernal fall in Yosemite. Do you question the waterfall? Do you reprimand it?
How dare you! You are selfish and frivolous in your water usage. You should be ashamed. Mother Earth is ashamed. I'm ashamed. Stop wasting water and think about your Mother Earth.
Really? And now, presenting a list of shit that makes me cry. Nothing. Puppies and babies. Videos of Marines coming home to their families. When someone eats my food that I've been thinking about all day. Frustration! Nothing. Overwhelming happiness and kindness. Death. Sex. Nothing. Other people's stories. Movies and plays and books and musicals. Someone's refusal to accept a genuine apology. The thought of someone hurting my family, emotionally or physically. Nothing, nothing, and nothing. There are lots of reasons why I cry, but sometimes it's nothing. So I want to know, do you question the waterfall?
I have trouble feeling love too. Well, that's not entirely true. I can feel that sexy, juicy, torturous kind of love that makes me forget all my good habits, like meditating, sleeping, flossing. Don't judge. But that feeling of love for my dad was lost so long ago that I couldn't access it. I realized that commitment to my dad, to making the choice to be kind to him, to find forgiveness or at least acceptance, was more important than love. And it was because of that commitment that I showed up for my dad, even when I wanted to say, fuck you, go get your own groceries. About a year before my dad died, I went down for a visit, and he was in pain every day. He had lesions in his spine from the cancer, and gravity was not his friend. And he spent a lot of time in his recliner. It was easier on his bones. And he ate there, and he napped there, and he watched Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. And one day my dad looks over at me and says,
"My shoulder is hurt. Say, do you know anything I might do to help that?"
now my dad knows I'm a massage therapist. So first I had to fuck with him a little, because that's what I do. I said, Dad, yeah, just reach up and grab your shoulder, give it a good squeeze, and don't forget the other side now. You know, you don't want to be unbalanced. And my dad obediently reaches up and starts massaging his own shoulders. And after I had my little internal laugh, I went over. Dad, let's go over to the dining room table so I can work on you in a chair. And I got him up. And I brought him around. just sunk in, and I breathed, and I hung out there for a minute. And my face was about an inch from the back of my dad's head. And there was his beautiful hair there, his silver hair. And as I inhaled the scent of my father's head, Daddy. I realized in that moment I had loved my daddy.
Hey, Mike. What's up, man? It's been a while. You're looking good, dude. David Hernandez. Wow. Are you actually out here getting a workout? It's about time, don't you think, huh? Well, I'm out for a walk. No. I'm out for a dance. Just getting a good old dance on, you know? I don't normally. Well, not since I was a kid. Anyways, how are you doing, man? I'm sorry, Mike. You see, my dad likes to dance. And I guess that's where I get it from, too. You know? I mean, I don't always, but at the family parties, he's always trying to get me out on the dance floor, you know? And I'm just like, I'd rather just have another slice of cake. See, that's what I don't understand. Growing up, you know, I never saw that side of him other than there. You know, he'd always come home from work, and he'd always be griping on and on about responsibility and hard work, and he'd just walk in the door and be like, David! Didn't I say to clean this place up? I work 12, 16-hour days for you, and you can't even do just a little bit. Help your mother. Clean your room, sweep, something, please. But yet, there he was, always just getting on with the dance floor, just getting that funk. Maybe he just knew how to let go, you know? I think it's good. Mike, you should really... Mike?
My father sang me these Johnny Cash lullabies as a kid. Hurt, long black veil, silver dagger. He didn't know I never slept. My first secret was that was where the sleepless girl began. But my father was a boy once. He was born in a city I will never know the name of, an ocean and a language away. He slept in the attic and played in the basement, doing his little boy best to avoid the rage of the woman at ground level who was always bellowing, "Police!" 2 generations later, and that still echoes. My grandmother, Mary, a name both holy and unholy in nearly equal parts, love lost somewhere between the Bible and her body. But she pressed lilacs between the pages as I have known my father to do. There was no God in that home in Holland. No altar for the damned, no mother, no father, no one to believe in, just the fever of that lying Dutch blood. And so the rage of my lineage was born a world away under the scattering of bombs. Or maybe it was begun lives and lives and lives ago. Maybe that's all any of us are capable of passing on. Maybe none of us will ever know what came before Mary and her rage. Or maybe, like in the story of the book, pressing flowers on the nightstand, Mary was the beginning of everything. This is our heritage. Hands always clenched into fists, but before my father's hands were reaching into me, they were the hands of a boy, making battleships out of matchboxes. Before my father learned to be the loudest thing in the room, he had to be silent. Before he caused pain and fear, he felt it. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. I try to kill it all away, but I remember.
When I was a kid, I was really mischievous. I remember one time, I was playing with my paints in my room, and our family's golden retriever came in. So I thought it'd be a lot of fun to take the tops off of all the paint and pour it all over the dog and rub it in. I turned our golden retriever into a rainbow retriever. And my dad thought that I should be spanked for that. But my dad always felt bad afterwards and would apologize every time. You see, things were a lot different when he was growing up. His dad was a South Carolina Southern Baptist preacher, abusive father. And my dad was just like me when he was a kid, mischievous and all. He would run around the house all day playing imagination, real quiet though, so he didn't get in trouble. And then he knocked a lamp off the table, and all he could think to himself was, "No!" He ran and hid, scared of my grandpa. And then "Get in my room, boy." We went to my grandpa's room and looked out my grandpa's window and watched as my grandpa walked into the woods to the nearest tree and cut down a branch and test it, throw it away. Then he grabbed another branch and then started back in. "Get in here, boy!" My dad come out. "Drop your pants, boy." My grandpa walked around. My dad wouldn't cry at first. No, he's done this before. That just made my grandpa angrier, so he swung harder. Please. my dad apologizes to me for how he raised me.
When I was a young girl, my parents used to have me on a leash. It wasn't all that bad. I was able to push and pull and challenge to get what I wanted. The birth of my leash starts with the story of how my mother and I went to the mall. And then all of a sudden, I shot through that place as fast as my 4-year-old legs could take me. Can you imagine the rush, the feel of my feet on the floor? My parents learned fairly quickly. Now I'm at Disneyland. Mommy! It's a candy apple! Oh my god, it's Bill! Oh, it's a teacups! Most of my young childhood revolved around this leash. But look at me now. I'm 19 and I don't have that safety line. But that one important thing I know is to know my own limitations, to know if I'm too close to the edge or not close enough.
Line it all with sweet flowers, which be wet to the grave did not go, with true love showers.
Regardless of whether or not Ophelia actually went crazy, no, she did. She did go crazy. Well, I have not yet made that steep descent into madness, but I love my exciting and fulfilling life, truly, I do. But I feel like Atlas. Within the depths of my darkest moments, oh, how I envy Ophelia and her sweet escape from reality. Olivia, oh, sweetie, why are you crying? What's the matter?
I'm so sad and heavy, and I don't know how to breathe.
Sweetie, you know how to breathe. Please, tell me what's making you so sad.
There's just so many sad and terrible things happening in the world, and I can't do anything about it, and I don't understand how people can be so mean to each other and to the planet and to animals, and it just makes me so sad. My parents, they talk about politics and climate change, and they listen to Amy Goodman on Democracy Now, and I just have to leave the room when that comes on. Well, that's why I dance and why I sing, because I hope that someone suffering somewhere will feel me. And with what I'm doing now, I haven't stopped dancing and singing for them. I can finally do something for the world without losing touch with this little 9-year-old girl desperately dancing and singing in an attempt to touch another human soul. And Ophelia, you are just going to have to wait in your river depths alone
because my breaths are no longer forgotten, and they are hell-bent on resuscitating this drowning world.
Once upon a time, there was a very moderately young princess. And one day, she met a dragon. And she knew she was afraid, and she knew that she shouldn't stay, but she did. The first time I met Drake was in a 24-hour fitness parking lot. I waited about 20 minutes, and I was really scared he wasn't going to show up. Because, after all, dragons are flighty little bitches. And then he finally came out. And all I got was a handshake and a nice to meet you. I remember trying to hug him and seeing him physically step back. But what he saw was enough. He saw his meal, and fairy gay mother help me, my fate was sealed. It would be about a week before we kissed, and about a month before I was his princess. Never his boyfriend, but his princess. Have you ever seen a dragon? Drake had a gorgeous body. He was about 6 foot, blonde, 8,000 pounds of muscle and southern charm, covered in the stupidest tattoos. He used to hold me on top of this Japanese sunset, and I would watch as the water ran just above his nipple. And I could hear his heartbeat. I was in love. I was safe. At least I thought I was. Until one day, he met a real princess. You know, one with tits. And not a dick. But he didn't love her. At least I don't think he did. But he didn't love me either. So at least maybe this new princess might get to go outside.
I used to think that I owed her the world. But I've come to realize that I don't owe her anything. But I do want to give to my mom. I always remember how excited and enlightened she gets when she talks about this red Porsche that she's always dreamed of having. And I always imagined doing this. Mom, there's this weird, strange package outside for you in the driveway. I have no idea what it is. Amanda, don't tell me that! And I'm seeing this bright, beautiful red Porsche that she's always dreamed of having, with an even brighter red bow right on top, with a card right under reading, "Thank you." And her having this ear-to-ear smile, then her getting the car and racing off as excited as a 3-year-old kid who just got that red Hot Wheels car that they've always dreamed of having for Christmas.
but I do want to thank her and give her that feeling of receiving something that she's always dreamed of having, just as she's given to me.
See, his mom always was a woman of patience and faith. When I say faith, I mean full-on, Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado seas. Which never really sunk in for me. But the patience, as a form of respect, did. I mean, full-on, mejor que nothing nice to say, then don't say it. Fair enough. So, when I say that my brother and I had a strained relationship, let's call that my own form of paciencia y fe. Pushing down every blow and bruise with a smile. Like a tattoo just underneath the skin. You can't see it, but I still feel the pain. Until he brings her home. This woman, who I've already decided is guilty by association. And she starts talking about my family. Talking about my mother. Talking about me. Shut the fuck up! Jesus Christ! Don't do that. Don't. Be respectful. What do you know about respect? Answer me that. No, let me say this. What do you know about respect? I really want to know. Answer me that question. Because obviously you and I have very different ideas of the word. And obviously, I need to know. I need to be informed. So please explain to me. What is your definition? I was scared shitless. Terrified, but I couldn't let him see that. But he did. I cried, and I screamed. But he saw through it. But I faced that fear. And for the first time, he saw me. And in that, I saw him. I saw the pain. Look what you did to me.
Dominant and independent personality. You ever lose yourself in someone? Where you didn't know who you were or why you woke up if you weren't eating, sleeping, shitting, fucking, or doing for them? I mean, can you really fathom that? It is the scariest and most dangerous place to be. But not that many people know that, Tina. Because she tends to show you poet Tina. I am the other woman again. How did I get here again? And then there's rosy wide-eyed Tina. I wish for a peaceful and happy, long-term monogamous relationship with him. And then there's single and practical Tina. yourself first, baby. Because if you don't love yourself first, then no one else will. I am strong and dominant and an independent personality. So don't diminish your self-worth by trying to be this square peg fitting in this round hole. For you are the giver of life, the mother of mankind, a woman of compassion and passion, and the fire of his existence.
I miss you. Do you want to hang out tonight? I miss you too. Sure. Smiley face. Sen, what are you doing? What? He's my boyfriend. You're so stupid. No, I'm not. You're gonna get hurt. You won't be able to put yourself back together. Shut up! I know you. You were better off single. You can't make him happy. I'm allowed to be scared. If he breaks your heart, you will kill yourself. No. No, I won't. I won't allow myself to forget who I am. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to protect us. I'm doing this for the both of us. I'm sick and tired of closing myself off to love. I deserve this. We deserve this. Nothing I say is going to change your mind, is it? Look, I would be lying to you if I told you that I wasn't scared. But I really feel like this is something that I need to do. You really like him, don't you? Yeah, I do. Fine. But don't come crying to me if things go south. Understood. He's calling. I gotta go. But before I do, promise me something. What is it? Promise me that you won't sabotage our relationship. And why would I do that? Because I know you. Fine. I promise. Great. Hey, I was just thinking about you.
Allie! 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 Oh, my little darling. Now go tell Grandpa we're ready for our summer vacation. I love you, Allie. 30 years later. Hi, Annie. How you doing? So, what are you doing in the hospital this time? Robbie, is that you? Can you get me? Can you get me out of here? Because they won't let me out of here. Annie, I'm so sorry. I can't get you out of there. I live in Hawaii now. Remember? They try to keep me here. It's terrible. And you've got to come help me now. All these tubes, and I can't breathe, and I'm scared. Come quickly. Come. Several days afterwards, Amy passed away. Now, I've met death several times, including when I fell off a cliff and almost died myself. The bright light of that near-death experience was incredible. Still, nothing prepared me for my mother's death 30 years later. Mother, you're amazing. So peaceful. Thank God. for morphine. I love you, Mom. But I can't bear to see you suffer like this. It's okay to let go and be free and go to the light and
When I was 16, my friend Dom and I decided that we were going to try pot. So we went out and bought a bag of pot. And since Dom was way too much of a pussy to keep it at his house, I had the brilliant idea to hide it in the fridge we kept in my family's garage because nobody would ever look there. I remember putting the bag of weed inside and shutting the door. And then the next morning, I found a note.
See me in my office immediately, Dan. I'm so disappointed in you for not telling me sooner.
And then my dad goes and pulls a fully loaded bowl out of his desk drawer and slides it across the table to me.
Don't be a pig, Bailey.
Man, I smoked pot with my dad all night long. It was amazing. We laughed and laughed, and then we cried a little bit. And we laughed some more. He went from being just my dad to being my best friend. And then
you are my sunshine.
My only
You make me happy when skies are gray.
You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
I'm sore. I'm hungover. I couldn't sleep on the flight from Barcelona to Malaga. And I am still in this red dress. I'm alone on an ocean of reflective marble, waiting at the bottom of an escalator for my friends to descend. Their plane doesn't land for another 6 hours. Please, 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 Lord, I am so sorry I'm not a virgin anymore. Please do not punish me with an STD. And if you do, please make it one of the good ones. I'm so sorry.
roof patio. This is kind of embarrassing, but I've never even seen a penis before.
What? You've never seen a penis? How have you gotten to 21 and you've never even seen one? No. While in the middle of passionless, awkward sex, he stops. Oh, we should probably move. This bench does not look very safe.
No, it's fine. Are you almost... As I dust myself off, I hear... People have lined up.
Stand right here. I have to find my clothes.
I fan out my dress to make a more effective human shield. I am stuck in the 2-minute curtsy from hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pairs of eyes witnessing me lose myself to this red dress. I hope they enjoyed it as much as I did.